Hello there, my friends on Patreon, on YouTube, on Facebook, on the internet. Blessed Ostara 2022 today, at the time of this recording, is Sunday, March 20th. The sun went into Aries today, the start of the astrological year, which makes it Ostara, vernal equinox, spring equinox, the first day of spring. So I thought I'd do a little magic for you all, as I like to do at the Sabbats, the quarters and cross quarters of the solar pagan wheel of the year. And today, as you probably saw in the title, we're doing chocolate magic. Now, there is a whole ritual called the chocolate ritual. We are not doing that. It is way too long, and it's only me and the cats here, and the cats don't call quarters that well. So we're going to do a little bit of a simplified little ritual ceremony thing here using chocolate. Yes, of course, for the plethora of candy flooding the market right now for Easter. Instead, we're looking at Ostara or Eostar, if you want to go there, the pagan Sabbat. So, welcome. I've got my checklist because it's been a busy week. I just got back from a trip up north to Saratoga to visit my family. Had a lovely time. I'm all nice and rested and recharged and well fed because I stayed with my mom. And so I'm pretty much ready to rock and roll. So if you will bear with me, we got some things to do before we get to the actual circle cast and all of that. But I think this is the kind of magic that if, like me, you have a chocolate thing, and I do, then this is something you might want to integrate in other times of the year. It's not just for Ostara. But a little chocolate magic. We're going to start with a little prayer just to get grounded and centered. Then I'm going to talk a little bit about the Sabbat Ostara and some stuff connected to it from my experience that I usually reference in any of the Sabbat stuff that I do, but we can save some of that for another day. We're going to look at the tools, the magical tools and implements that I have on the coffee table in front of me. I wouldn't say that this is a no frills spell I'm about to do because of the ingredients that I'm using, but certainly you could replicate this with anything. I'm not really that witch that has to have exactly the right, even though I'm a Virgo, no, I don't absolutely have to have the exact perfect thing according to some table of correspondences, though I do look things up and check my own references and my own books shadow for this stuff. So we'll talk about the tools, and then we'll actually do an altar devotion, charge up the altar, cast circle, cleanse and consecrate our main chocolate ingredients, empower them with grace. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Do some breath work, and I'm going to chow down a little bit, and then we'll close it up. Cool? So let's talk about Ostara. Like I said, the sun is at 0 degrees Aries, the first day of spring, the beginning of the astrological year. Aries being the first sign of the zodiac, the first house, the self, the ego, the personality, all that stuff. And because of my work with Carolyn Myss, Anatomy of the Spirit, as well as her other works, I have linked together the chakras along with the Sabbats in her book, Anatomy of the Spirit. She takes the 7 chakras in the physical body from root to crown and correlates them to the 7 sacraments of Christianity, though reinterprets them from an energetic perspective, which I love. Also the 7 levels of the Kabbalistic Tree of Life, though there are 10 spheres. A couple of them double up. I think 3 of them double up, making 7 levels instead of 10. And then using that 8th chakra, I at the beach one day, at a nude beach on Long Island, as I was kind of graphing out the chakras and the all the different correspondences for that from Anatomy of the Spirit, I was shown how the pagan wheel of the year was inlaid in there as well, because our biology is our biography, our spirituality is encoded within our chakra systems, and that's why I'm an eclectic witch. I will beg, borrow, and steal from any tradition necessary in order to heal, do what I came to do in this life, and help heal this world, because it need it, right? So the third chakra, the solar plexus, correlates to Ostara. Think about it. Solar plexus, self-esteem, Aries. Your survival intuition that only you get, right? Aries energy. What else? We got a lot in there to unpack. Your boundaries, right? Your honor code, all about your personal power and things that only you can decide what your boundaries are and what they aren't, what you will, what you won't, what you do, what you don't. And the two graces that I associate, and this is in my book, Words of Grace, but understand I learned about grace from Carolyn Myss, which also rhymes, from her book, Entering the Castle, her work involving St. Teresa of Avila and Defy Gravity. See, the Defy Gravity or Defying Gravity, one's Mace, the other is Wicked. I can't remember which is which most days. But the grace of understanding, and not this kind of understanding, this kind of understanding, right? When you see somebody in pain, empathy is usually you experiencing your own personal pain, but acknowledging the pain that they are in. So in this case, I'm not necessarily talking about the vibrational empathy, right? The energetic empathy, feeling other people's stuff. In the solar plexus, this is about you. But if we can look back and see the choices and the decisions we made when we were suffering in personal pain, they usually aren't the best decisions, right? And yet it's all part of the learning curve. It's hard to manifest personal power without experiencing how you sabotage and disempower yourself. So the grace of understanding, very connected with the stomach, is about digesting your experience, right? Releasing from it that which no longer serves. Granted, that happens in the second chakra too, with the excrementory system. I think that's the right word. Whatever. I am not a doctor. I am witch, but I'm not a witch doctor. And its companion grace of understanding is the grace of discernment, very much about your survival intuition, discerning if something is in alignment with your honor code. The sacred truth of the solar plexus is honor thyself, not honor myself, thyself. THY indicates the divinity within you, right? Or in another, right? That's why with like royalty, yes, thy, you get a lot of these and thys and those mixed up in all of that. Divine right of kings, divine right of queens. Well, we all have kings and queens inside of us, right? Work, work boots 10 queen. So we're going to be calling those in as well for your own personal power. Now, the magical tools that I'm using for carriers for the 4 elements and the picture, or I'll pop up the picture. There's the picture of the altar setup that I have. In the north, I have a little candle holder that I cleaned and I put some table salt in, just regular eaten salt there at the north. Going clockwise to the west, I have a cup of coffee for the element of water, and that cup of coffee is actually I will talk about that, but it actually has dark chocolate in it, in the coffee grounds, and I got that as a gift visiting my family, and it blew my mind. It's really delicious. To the south, I have a gold candle, at this point unanointed, but we will anoint it with some frankincense oil. To the east, I have some sage, but it is sage that has been soaked in dragon's blood resin. So I also have it in an abalone shell, and of course it is on a pentacle. And in the center of the pentacle there is a crystal bowl. I believe it's a Waterford or an Irish crystal bowl that I inherited from my paternal grandmother. And it has in it chocolate eggs and chocolate covered almonds, which also happen to look like eggs. Very, very, very much in sync with the season. So we're going to do some stuff here once we get going. We're going to cleanse and consecrate all of this stuff, and then we are off and running. Cool. So let's do this. I'm going to say the prayer, and then we're going to go right into the ritual proper. Please take a nice deep breath, because this is what I'm good at. Witchcraft on the fly. Well, I did some planning. So take a moment and check in. All right, got that little meditation music that I always use in my videos kind of creeping in the background here. Giving you some time to breathe, to relax. Close your eyes if you like. Scan your body from head to toe for any place that feels tight, tense, or holding on, and do whatever you need to do to get physically comfortable. Scanning your body. And the key word here certainly is self, so think of this as self-care. Allowing the physical vehicle to just gently unwind a little bit. My cat's in the background having fun now that I'm home. And allow the dust to settle. Your nervous system to just gently relax. And breathe. Just breathe into the now. Find the still point inside. That silent witness at the core of who we are. That self that we can think of with a lowercase s, meaning separate from everybody else, but also that self with a capital S, the truth of who we are, in unity, the one self, the supreme, the source, the divine singularity, the one, all as one. And as you relax into this space, I'm just going to offer this simple prayer. As I call upon our collective pantheons of the divine, our guides, masters, teachers, gods, goddesses, saints, angels, totems, healers, ancestors, and higher selves, all the way back to the divine singularity, to please surround all who are watching this with me, participating in this with me, in a force field of light, containing and protecting the magic, the work, the service that we do for ourselves, and as a result, influencing the quantum unity on planet Earth and all of life for the well-being of all. So I ask that all information and energy that exchanges between us does so clearly, cleanly, and for the well-being of all, as energy exchanges between us on all overtones of all dimensions. And on a personal note, as ever, use me as the channel of guidance, grace, love, wisdom, and power that you sent me here to be, because every time I do this, I get better at it. And every time I get better at it, I'm fulfilling my role in the plan, doing what I came here to do. So when I cross the finish line of this life, I'll be able to look over my shoulder and say, contract complete on a personal level. Yeah. For the well-being of all. So mote it be. So it is. Let's do this. We're going to start with the element of air, the direction of the east, the rising sun, right? That is the direction of Ostara. If Yule is in the north. No, by the way I have the pentacle, I have it facing differently than the way you see it in the picture is the way I'm seeing it. Otherwise, it would be different because I actually have it. I have a compass. Don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. So, and I've got a kitty with a hairball. I love doing this from home. You cough that up, Melchior. I have it aligned with magnetic north, so it's north no, I do have this wrong. North, east on this side, south and west, according to the compass. You okay, Sugar Pie? Yeah, he's okay. He's a Taurus. He'll be fine. So what we're gonna do now is, yeah, I told you the tools. We got the milk chocolate eggs and the dark chocolate almonds as the magical carrier for spirit, for air. Here, this is, like I said, white sage that has been soaked in dragon's blood, resin, essence, etc. We've got a gold candle here for the element of fire in the south. And I got a good old cup of coffee for the element of water. But this is the only product placement. This is not a paid ad or anything. This is a gift I got from my mom. Mayorga, Mayorga presents Muy Macho, oh, Muy Macho, Muy Dark Roast, smooth, dark chocolate, bold, and it's good. It's really tasty. So, you know, if you're into like coffee like I am, this is going to be our element of water. It should be fun sprinkling that on those chocolate almonds and milk, dark chocolate almonds and milk chocolate eggs. And of course, a little bit of just regular old table salt to do that with. Yeah, let's do this. Ready? Please take a nice deep breath. And I already pulled some of the dragon's blood sage. I got this from Pretty Hot Mess up in upstate New York. It's not Saratoga specific. It's outside of that. I forget the town that it's in, but you can find them a Pretty Hot Mess. They're great. So ready? Let's bring in the sacred, shall we? Thorpe, breathe. Give me the words. O creature of air, I do cleanse and consecrate thee in the names of the shining ones of the East, removing all negativity from you in this world and in all worlds. Blessings be upon you now. So let it be. And so it is. I'm going to do this a little tricky because I don't want to get frankincense on the salt when I sprinkle it. So I'm going to use my right hand to anoint the candle with. Put the candle back. Put a circle on the bottom, circle on the top, circle in the center, and draw in. Frankincense, my favorite solar oil to work with, keeping that oil off the fingertips of this hand. Back in the holder you go. And here we go. So make sure that's, yep. Oh, gotta have fun with this one. Ignition. O creature of fire, I do cleanse and consecrate thee in the names of the mighty ones of the south. By the light of the shining ones of the south powers of fire, I cleanse and consecrate thee that you may be the vessel of transformation in this Aries moon, Aries sun, Aries season, the dawning of Ostara, the first day of spring, the vernal equinox, removing all negativity from you in this world and in all worlds for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. I'll keep that burning all day. O creature of water, I do cleanse and consecrate thee in the names of the shining and mighty ones of the west powers of water, that you may be blessed, sanctified, and purified, and aid us in our magical work of welcoming back Persephone, the queen of the underworld, returning again to her mother through the portal of the west, to be once again the Kore, the spring maiden, and may flowers bloom where'er she walks, for the well-being of all. So mote it be. So it is. And creature of earth, I do cleanse and consecrate thee in the names of the shining ones and the mighty ones of the north, casting out all negativity from you in this world and in all worlds. May you be a blessing upon all you touch, purifying, sanctifying, empowering, and uplifting, assisting us in our magical work this day. So mote it be. And so it is. Breathe. Water and earth, air and fire combine to transform and inspire. Align us with divine desire. Our highest work we now require. Elements guide so that we may be on our paths and on them stay. We ask thee now, show us the way of what the gods desire this day. O Lady High, O Consort bright, illumine this work now with your light. So mote it be. So it is. Gotta relight this. Because we don't know where this chocolate's been. We don't know who's been handling it. Did they handle it? Can you handle it? Ready? I cleanse and consecrate this chocolate, these chocolate eggs, by the power of air, removing all negativity from them in every time and space, that they may be blessed carriers of the grace of understanding and discernment for my well-being and for the well-being of all. So mote it be. I cleanse and consecrate these chocolate eggs by the power of fire, removing all negativity from them in every time and every place, that they may be blessed, purified, and sanctified to be carriers of the grace of the solar plexus, the graces of understanding and discernment for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. This will be fun. We're just going to dink. O creature of water, I do cleanse and consecrate these chocolate eggs by the power of water and this sacred dark chocolate coffee, removing all negativity from them in every time and place that they may be purified, sanctified, and empowered as carriers of the grace of understanding and the grace of discernment for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And last, and like a little salt in their chocolate, I cleanse and consecrate these chocolate eggs by the power of earth, removing all negativity from them in every time and place. May they be purified, sanctified, and empowered with the solar plexus graces of understanding and discernment for my well-being and for the well-being of all. So mote it be. Breathe. Straight out of my book, pretty much. As I call upon the maiden, the mother, and the crone, Grant me the maiden grace of humility to know that I do not know, but I am willing to be shown. That humility, my shield against humiliation, knowing that everything is a learning curve. And knowing that I do not know, I also know that I am willing to be shown the truth that sets us free. Throw open that gateway, grace, that it may flow to me the grace of understanding to understand that which I have not quite yet digested. I call upon the Great Mother. Bless me with the Mother Grace of hope, that I alone do nothing. But with the divine, all things are possible, and that there is a divine plan in play, bigger and greater and better than anything I can even comprehend in this world. Like a golden thread leading me through the labyrinth of this life, through to the center and out the other side, returning me home with my mission fulfilled. Open the gateway, grace of hope, to allow all other graces associated and needed in terms of discernment to flow through me and all of us for the well-being of all. And I call upon the Holy Crone to please open the gateway, grace of endurance, that we may gracefully endure and endure with grace all that is necessary for us to do what we came to do in these lives during this time of such intense transformation. Plague, war, famine, just keep chalking them up. Those horsemen seem to be riding out, so grant us the strength, the endurance, the love, the power, and the wisdom from beyond this third and fourth dimension into the divine immortal truth of who we are as the hidden secret children of the gods, secret unto even ourselves most of the time. That we may finish what we came here to do, contribute every day, walk the path as clearly and calmly and centered, and to have the strength to alchemize, do the shadow work, do the healing that is necessary for us to turn our spiritual knowledge into the spiritual wisdom that can never be taken away and only adds to the beauty of the soul on its journey, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. O great maiden, great mother, great crone of all traditions, lineages, and cultures, please bless this work and be with me now as your channel of grace, the Son of Goddess, to bless this chocolate, these eggs, as a gift to you and to myself and to all of life, that we may truly understand and discern our role in this world when it seems so easy to be powerless over what's happening in the outside world, that we may use the gifts given to us, known and unknown, and give those gifts away so they become stronger and we heal this world from our inside out. And I call upon the great solar lord, the sun itself, Aries, the gods of fire, the sign of Aries and powers of the south, with the maiden, the mother, and the crone holding hands around us in a circle, containing and protecting the work we do here and now. I ask you to please place your blessing upon this delicious offering of chocolate eggs. A little salty, a little sweet, a little magic that we can eat. That it may be the essence of understanding as we digest it, that we may understand our own pain, our own journey, our own personal power, and our own worth. That we may estimate ourselves like a noun of self-esteem rather than like a verb of self-esteem rather than a noun of self-esteem. That we may estimate ourselves clearly, cleanly, and for the well-being of all, knowing that at our core we are divine beings that were chosen to play roles in this drama on planet Earth. And let's face it, this is one heck of a crazy script we find ourselves in on planet Earth at this time, but that we do have the power to heal ourselves, and as an effect, infect the quantum, the unified field, with the grace and the discernment, combined with all of the graces needed, that we may heal, and heal all of life for the well-being of all. Breathe. May you be blessed. May you be blessed with the grace of understanding, to feel deeper rather than to pretend to know, to honor ourselves, the understanding that we've already gained, and the understanding that we are still processing on a visceral level, on a bodily level, on an emotional level, on a feeling level, that we may as well use our discernment to know when we are in violation or about to violate our own honor codes that shift and change as we grow and evolve, that we may empower ourselves to shine our light at full capacity, to be authentic, and to create what we need to create, what we came to create in this world, in this timeline of this lifetime. My gods and goddesses, sacred all, thank you for heeding and answering this call for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. So let it be. Sacred chocolate. So let it be. So it is. Blessed be. For the well-being of all, with harm to none, as we will. So that be done. So may be. And so it is. Look, Aries is the child of the zodiac. And I hope you had fun with me today for doing this. Really my honor, my pleasure, and certainly wishing you all the very best and the very blessed. And if you like what I'm doing here, you might want to check me out on Patreon. I know, patreon.com/DuringTheStarCall. I do put in my videos so people know, because we're building a lovely community there. And this one I'm releasing to everybody at the same time. But I just did the unboxing for those chakra reading cards. They get that for a week before everybody else does. So, wishing you all the very, very blessed and the very, very best of this Ostara 2022. I'll be doing this again for Beltane in a month and a half, and then 3 months, a month and a half after that, I'll be doing Letha for the rest of the Wheel of the Year. And certainly if you want to check out my book, Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, it is available on Kindle. And every chakra, it's divided by chakra chapters. We go into the Sabbath for each one, the sacred truth and all of that. And certainly check out Anatomy of the Spirit by Carolyn Mace. Brilliant work. Thank you so much. Wishing you all the very, very best. Let's have some fun amongst all this chaos. And the very, very blessed, because you only live as many times as necessary as an incarnating soul. Hail, farewell, my beloveds, and blessed, blessed be.